Hey, welcome back. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, whatever you're doing. If you're at the office, if you're at work, whatever you're doing this morning, hope you're having a wonderful time. One of my favorite parts of the show, where we focus on the giants, the icons in society. And I have a gentleman in studio with me that one that I've admired over the years. He has been an inspiration, I think, to the entire country. His life has really been testament to his road traveled. Theatre man, media man, an all-rounder of some sorts. He's put his hand in almost everything. And I'm talking about Uncle Errol Fabien is with me, and I'm so happy to have him here with me.
That's right. It's good to be here, Joel. Really good to be here.
You look as young as you did probably about 20 years ago.
I feel the same way, so maybe that's why.
Yeah. Someone told me that your face is not imaging, Uncle Errol. You're what, 50 what now?
I'm 53, and the face looks like this because that makeup lady over there, she have it going on.
She do a good job.
Yeah.
Last time you and I encountered was, if you remember, was
a very grueling, dehumanizing, emasculating experience. Yeah. Revathon.
Yeah, the Revathon. Before we go on, you must drink something with me. I'm having a mochaccino this morning. Drink something with me now.
I'll have room temperature water.
Room temperature water?
Yeah.
That's all.
Do you know how to mix that?
Can we get a glass of water from
Ciano. Yeah.
Bottled water or bottled water?
And from anywhere, Wassa water is real nice water. Any water.
Wassa water from
once it turns too cold, I have to eat it.
That experience that we had at the Revathon was one that I think you enjoyed. I mean, you enjoyed it.
It had its moments.
Yeah.
There was a lot of pain.
Yes.
I felt that there was some gains also.
Yeah.
But I had a frolicking time, really, overall.
Are you trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle? I mean, or that is not a major thing for you?
Before that, I was trying to do that. That experience pushed it into a new space where I know I need to revert to what I was doing before that and continue there.
Right.
The pain. But I always try to maintain a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah. Uncle Errol, you've done so much in your life. I want to go back to the early days, probably even before Guile came into your head. But I want to get from those early days into Guile and when the Guile philosophy and project came into your head. Take me back to those days.
Well, that would have happened, I reckon. Thank you very much, Chiano.
You see, you get a fancy Wassa water there.
I
Look at that.
never see water look so nice in my life.
Only a drink.
Yeah. But I think that whole sense of self and sense of loving self and my country came into being as a young boy in the home of Andrew and Gloria Fabien, my parents. And they've always pushed us to be ourselves. They put basic values in, and they kind of almost had a different plan for each one of their children. And as you became of age and they started seeing if the tree going so, the tree going so, they would put into our lives something that would help bring us back. And in my case, I was a very different young man from small. I was very different to my siblings. And I remember the day when Mommy called me and put $20 in my hand and sent me on about a 2-mile trek to go by a fella named Inson to buy 2 goats. And these goats is what was supposed to be in my care for me to learn how to take care of living things and to help me get responsible and a sense of responsibility in my life. And I've always been fortunate through my experiences in Guapo School and in Gonzales Village, Guapo, where I grew up, and then at Naparima College, and then out into the wide world where I continue to exist, to end up in groups of people or among groups of people who had a greater sense of life than I did. And I've found myself always in the school of life as a result. Yeah.
From Guile, you transitioned, and you've always been involved in comedy as long as I know.
As long as I know too.
Yeah. You're just a funny guy?
Yeah. Well, not a funny guy, but I try to see all sides of everything, you know, because I see very, very serious things.
Yeah.
I see events from a very serious and sometimes complex perspective, but I also see the funny side of things, you know. And that has been something with me ever since. My father figured he was a comedian, but he wasn't. He was a school principal. But he always would come with these jokes and always look at things from another perspective. And it's something I must say I got from my father.
How did you transition from comedy, theater, media into politics in recent times?
Well, as a theater practitioner, as a comedian, as a media person, I've been taking potshots, so to speak, at comedians, at politicians. They provided fodder for so many of my routines, so many jokes, so many commentaries. And my mother and father always would challenge me or anybody who would do things like that. Why don't you walk in the shoes and see, you know? And I've lived more than half of my life, I reckon by now, at 53. And my children are a lot older. They're maturing and starting their own families. And I have great concern about the environment that my grandchildren will grow up in. And I have great concern about myself, looking at myself, throwing stones at these people all the time and not walking in their shoes. And I have a view. I travel a lot and I see a lot of things. And I have a view and a love for Trinidad and Tobago. And I want to put my sweat into trying to do the things that I feel can help Trinidadians feel empowered enough to grab hold of this country and put their expertise to work.
This is a road that you're going to continue traveling?
Definitely.
The road of politics?
Well, Gael, all of my routines have been political, though not party politics. Gael is a very political station, not party politics, because it has to deal with people and the empowerment of people. So all my life I've really been involved in projects that have been highly political, though I've stayed out of party politics. And my road ahead may see me go into party politics, but only if it is my own party. Other than that, I'll remain a very highly charged and vocal political creature.
I want to wish you all the best in that road, because as I said, you've been an inspiration. I just want to hit one final point before we wrap, because another important part of your life and an inspiration, as you said, was you've been free of drugs, alcohol now for how long?
March 1st.
Yeah.
2014, I observed 26 years drug-free.
26 years. Put that road in a nutshell for me. Well,
Joel, as a young man, as all young people, there's opportunity to experiment in drugs. And I was experimenting at a time when marijuana use was the greatest thing. It was glamorized. I mean, if you wasn't smoking, you're joking, you know. And I experimented then, but I'd been tipping smoking a cigarette, and smoking gazette paper, and tipping a beer Christmas time, and all these things coming along. And marijuana, I have to say, is probably the most deceptive, most dangerous, is the worst substance I've ever put in my body. Because I look around me, and I was in it, and still today, I see the people who abuse marijuana, and I recognize it has snatched their ambition away from them. They generally find themselves in the same place every day doing the same thing, sometimes in the same clothes. And I had become that. You know, on that corner, the group of fellows who smoking ganja, who's still there. And so a number of events happened in my life, getting myself involved in crack cocaine and everything. And it spiraled me downwards socially. And I'm glad that I still have a functional brain, because I have consumed miles of marijuana, if we look at a joint being 5 inches long. And I was very fortunate that my family wanted me out of it. And even when I didn't want to, they pushed to get me out of it. They pushed me into rehab. I didn't want to be there, but I did get something when I was there. I thank the people at New Life Ministry Drug Rehabilitation Center so much for helping me understand that I needed treatment, and it was a disease I had. It wasn't a bad habit, I'm not bad. It is a disease I had.
Yeah.
So I was able to understand the process and try to embrace it. And again, family support has me doing whatever I'm doing today.
Yeah.
My wife, my then wife, and my children, they grew me up into becoming a man and trying to hold on.
You have been an inspiration, as I said at the top
God
of the
bless you,
interview.
man. Just right. Thanks for having me.
Keep doing what you're doing and keep looking as young as you are.
One day at a time.
Uncle Errol Fabien there, folks, one of the giants in our society. We're coming right back here on A Cup of Joe.